Welcome back to our channel. Today we bring you one of the most shocking updates of 2025. 10 countries forcing Filipinos to return home in 2025, shocking new policies. Across the globe, Filipinos have been the backbone of many economies, working as nurses, caregivers, engineers, domestic workers, and professionals. But this year, major changes in immigration policies, labor laws, and work permit renewals are shaking the lives of overseas Filipino workers, OFWs. Many nations that once depended on Filipino workers are now enforcing stricter rules that may push them to return home. In this countdown, we will start from number 10 and move toward number 1, the country with the most alarming and impactful changes. Stay tuned, because number 1 will absolutely shock you, and you need to hear it if you or someone you know is working abroad. Number 10, South Korea. South Korea has always been an attractive destination for Filipinos under employment permits, especially in manufacturing, services, and entertainment industries. However, in 2025, new labor policies are reducing the intake of foreign workers significantly. Filipinos who relied on multi-year contracts are now struggling as many are not being renewed. Automation and robotics are also replacing jobs once filled by OFWs, meaning fewer opportunities for long-term work. The Korean government is prioritizing local workers and focusing on cutting dependency on foreigners. Filipinos here, once hopeful for permanent stability, are now facing growing uncertainty. Many are planning to return home earlier than expected, while others are trying desperately to shift into more skilled positions. Though cultural ties remain friendly, the practical reality is harsh. Thousands may soon have no choice but to leave South Korea. Number 9, Japan. Japan has long relied on Filipinos for caregiving, healthcare, and factory work. With its aging population, Japan once opened wide doors for foreign workers, especially Filipinos. But in 2025, new policies have tightened those doors. The government is introducing stricter language requirements and professional certifications, making it harder for many Filipinos to qualify. Those unable to meet the new standards are being told to prepare for return. Even those with long-term contracts are facing anxieties as visa renewal processes have become tougher. For many who dreamed of stability in Japan, these changes feel like a betrayal. The push to prioritize locals over foreign workers is growing, and Filipino communities who once felt secure are now deeply unsettled. Number 8, Australia. Australia has been a top destination for both Filipino workers and students. But this year, immigration pathways are narrowing. Temporary workers and international students are the most affected, as work opportunities after graduation are becoming scarce. Filipinos who spent huge amounts on tuition and migration fees now fear they may have to return home without achieving residency. The construction, healthcare, and education sectors are becoming more competitive, giving locals priority. Filipinos already working in Australia are facing stricter contract renewals and increased pressure. The dream of settling down permanently in Australia is becoming more difficult, and many families who once saw it as their second home are preparing for the possibility of an early return to the Philippines. Number 7, Hong Kong. Hong Kong has one of the largest populations of Filipino domestic workers. But in 2025, stricter labor regulations are shaking that stability. Contracts are harder to renew, and rising costs are pushing many employers to avoid hiring foreign helpers. Filipinos who have worked in Hong Kong for decades are now being told they may not have their contracts extended. The community that once felt deeply secure is suddenly fearful of losing income and security. Protests and appeals have been made, but the Hong Kong government remains determined to reduce foreign dependency. For thousands of Filipino families, this change is devastating, as Hong Kong once served as a reliable and stable work destination. Now, uncertainty clouds their future. Number 6, Singapore. Singapore has been another dreamland for Filipinos, particularly in domestic work, caregiving, and technical jobs. However, the government in 2025 is tightening its foreign labor intake, especially in household services. Fewer contracts are being approved, and renewals are becoming stricter. Many Filipinos who have served Singaporean families for years are now being told they cannot extend their stay. Transitioning into higher-skilled roles is also more challenging due to new requirements. Filipinos in Singapore, who once believed they could live and work here for decades, are facing sudden disruptions. While respect and goodwill remain, policies are forcing thousands to think about returning home. Number 5, United Arab Emirates. The UAE, especially Dubai and Abu Dhabi, has long been a hub for Filipinos in hospitality, domestic work, and retail. But in 2025, new visa rules are limiting opportunities for low-skilled workers. Contracts are shorter, and renewals are uncertain, pushing many Filipinos to prepare for departure. Undocumented workers are at high risk of sudden deportation, creating fear within the community. Although professionals in business, IT, and healthcare still find opportunities, the overall atmosphere is less welcoming than before. Families who have built lives in Dubai now face anxiety about whether they can remain much longer. The once stable Filipino community in the UAE is bracing for big changes. Number 4. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, home to millions of OFWs, is undergoing a dramatic shift with its Saudization policy. This program forces companies to prioritize Saudi citizens over foreign workers. Filipinos, who make up a massive part of the workforce, are being directly affected. Many contracts are no longer renewed, and thousands are being forced to return home. Deportations of overstayers are increasing, adding more stress to the community. For decades, Filipinos in Saudi Arabia supported families back home, but now many fear sudden job loss. This is one of the most critical and painful developments, as Saudi has been a lifeline for countless Filipino households. Number 3. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has always relied heavily on Filipino healthcare workers, especially nurses. However, in 2025, immigration policies are shifting, reducing reliance on foreign labor. Many Filipino nurses under sponsorship programs are facing uncertainty about their future contracts. The government argues that local workers must be prioritized, even though the NHS desperately needs staff. The debate over immigration is becoming more heated in British society, putting Filipinos under pressure both legally and socially. For the community in the UK, these changes feel like a contradiction. Their contributions are essential, but they are being told to prepare for a possible exit. Number 2. Canada. Canada has long been a land of hope for Filipinos, offering opportunities through work permits and permanent residency. But in 2025, new restrictions are hitting hard, especially for temporary workers and caregivers. Many who have been waiting years for permanent residency are now facing rejection or delays. Families who built a stable life in Canada are uncertain whether they will be allowed to stay. Provinces are cutting down on foreign worker programs, prioritizing locals in sectors like caregiving and construction. For Filipinos, this feels like a shocking shift from the welcoming Canada they once knew. Thousands are now considering a forced return to the Philippines. Number 1. United States of America. At the top of our list is the United States of America, the dream destination of millions of Filipinos. In 2025, stricter immigration enforcement and political debates are causing widespread fear. Undocumented workers are at the highest risk, with mass deportation drives being reported in several states. Even those with legal documents but delayed renewals are living in constant stress. Families worry about separation, and children born in the US fear losing their parents to deportation. Social media has spread panic with stories of Filipinos being forced to return. While officials insist the policies are not aimed specifically at Filipinos, the effects are undeniable. As the largest Filipino community abroad, the US situation in 2025 is the most shocking and heartbreaking. So, there you have it. 10 countries where Filipinos are under pressure to return home in 2025 because of shocking new policies. From South Korea at number 10 all the way to the United States at number 1, we can clearly see how global changes are affecting millions of Kababayans. These policies are not just numbers on paper. They represent real families, real struggles, and real sacrifices of Filipinos who left their homeland to build a better future. The truth is, no matter where Filipinos go, they bring hard work, loyalty, and heart, yet many governments are choosing policies that put them in uncertain positions. But remember this, being Filipino means being resilient. History has shown that no matter how tough the situation, Filipinos rise, adjust, and find new ways to move forward. For every OFW forced to return home, there's a story of courage waiting to be told, and opportunities in the Philippines that might open new doors. The most important thing is that our community stays united, supportive, and informed about these global changes. What about you? Do you think these new policies are justified, or are hardworking Filipinos being unfairly targeted? Share your opinions in the comments below, because your voice matters. And if you know someone working abroad, make sure to send this video to them. It could give them valuable awareness about what's happening right now. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss our future updates on Filipino communities worldwide. Thank you for watching. Salamat sa inyong lahat, and always remember, whether you are in Asia, the Middle East, Europe, North America, or back home in the Philippines, you are never alone. We stand with you, and we will continue to bring you the latest news that affects the lives of Filipinos everywhere. Stay strong, kababayans. Your story matters, and together, we can overcome any challenge.